What up, though? Y'all can see I got a lot of construction going on around me this day. So please bear with the noise. Well. Started off this day on fire. Started off on fire. And as of right now, I'm still sizzling. You did. I'm still sizzling. Still fire hot. You understand? I had one thing in mind that I wanted to talk about, but the last couple hours I've been looking at this channel called Thoughts Camera Action, and a day ago they did an expose on the Nation of Islam exposed. And let me tell you, I already had my opinions and thoughts on the Nation of Islam, not to confuse the Nation of Islam up with Muslims. I always had my thoughts on them, but today I heard them say out of their mouth that the prophet that son Elijah Muhammad was a white man. And I said, hold up, wait. And it's no secret to anybody that wants to go find out, if what I'm saying got some validity to it. So they've been preaching hate against the white man from a teaching from the white man. If that don't tell you government all over it, if that don't say government in itself, I listen, all of those people, I feel for them that's under the deception that it's something real, but those people are allowing themselves to be rocked to sleep. At this point, they're allowing themselves. I seen a little excerpt on y'all know how the rich guys be getting the girls together, and the girls they rate the girls and ask questions with the girl. I don't remember what it's called, but Sugar Shay was on one. If y'all know what I'm talking about, when she got into it with Tommy. So the thing is, the girl was upset with one of the sponsors, one of the guys who was doing it, and he said rate us men, and he rated her a 2. She rated him a 2 because they had just had some fireworks. They had just got into it with each other. Do you know this dude cussed this girl out? I'm talking about aired her out. And I'm thinking to myself, what a weak man. He was mad that the girl rated him a 2. Went off on that girl. Now, being that he's allowed to do something like that, I'd like to see what you quote unquote black people got to say or gonna do about that. Because that was a black girl, like to use y'all terms. And I know it ain't y'all terms. I just like to be irritating sometimes. Black. Whenever I hear people use that term, I know right offhand that they under some type of deception. Because right now in the here and now, if you going off color, you got a lot of troubled shit going on in your life. I know. If you're not basing your interaction with another human being based off how they treat you, how you treat them, respect, etc., you got a lot of problems. You're getting tricked a lot. You're getting fooled a lot. You're getting played with a lot. I know. And one of the main people that like to play with us is our government. And don't think that this is a government idea. It's not a government idea. Remember, the government is being governed, or should I say, our government is being ran by particular people. They're not an entity within itself. They're actually handled. So when you come up with ideas like we're going to find a way to make white skinned people go against black skinned people, this is one of them, y'all. I need y'all to go check out Thoughts, Camera, Action, Nation of Islam Exposed. So listen, I just heard out of these brothers' mouth, and I've been hearing these talks my whole life, but I'm finally getting around to hearing what they've been telling us the whole time. The Nation of Islam came down on Malcolm X for speaking the truth. This is their words. Speaking the truth about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, somebody that he gave credit to bringing him out the slums. Now, why would you want to slander somebody that helped you escape sure death? Is beyond me. But see, I've been caught idol worshiping before. I know how it feels to idol worship. I know how it feels to get caught idol worshiping and not really understanding that I am idol worshiping. And when that idol lets you down, when that idol don't deliver, oh, you go head first against it. Why you think so many people don't like God? See, they try to treat God like some mere idol, and God can't be treated. He can't be tricked. So they always throw God against the bus, up under the bus when things don't go their way. They do their idols the same way. They do their handmade, they man-made idols the same way, no different. Crucify them. Soon as they get let down, or if they get let down one time too many, crucify them. What's up, baby? I'm interrupting your stuff. Good. I was just about to do the same thing. What about last square? Got nice and warm out here, didn't it, baby? It's 82 degrees. Oh, that's what it is. You said the stuff we got last us the next week. I'm hoping so. Shit. Especially we've been doing like we've been doing. I gotta get some gas. I get boots on the wear for his trips. You gotta pay 2 bills. What? That's why I was asking you before I started talking. Oh, go ahead. Probably gotta go get some gas as soon as we leave here. Yeah, I know. You gotta go to Speedway though, right? Man, it's muggy. Yeah, I know. That's why I was asking you before I started talking. Oh yeah, I ain't know you was about to talk about nothing personal. Well, it ain't personal, but still, these people will turn your leg a weapon against you. So you don't want to give them nothing to work with, you know? You ought to be glad you sitting in the freezer. Not never mind. I ain't say nothing, baby. Yeah, my queen came out for her little smoke break right quick. Uh, what up, though, classic? Yeah, man, that girl called him. That girl said you a two, and this little, I look like some type of island cat. You did. He went off on that girl, and them girls didn't say nothing. Them girls didn't say nothing. Let that dude chew that girl up because he insecure, caring that a girl gave him a two rating. I said, what a clown. What a clown. So listen, he was idol worshiping the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And when he seen that it was some sneaky stuff going on behind the scene, first he checked the situation. He checked the situation. He didn't just condemn his teacher. He wanted to make sure it was honorable. The dude's name is Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the person that saved him from sure death. So when he seen that these young girls were being taken advantage of, basically farmed, he spoke up against it. Now, when you go over there and check out the video I'm talking about, when I get home, I'm gonna put it in the description, but I might do it as soon as I get finished if I can on my phone. Lights, camera, thoughts, camera, action. Nation of Islam exposed. Now, this is what Farrakhan said. I just heard him say this. He said, "You think Malcolm was all bent out of shape about the little sex thing?" And I'm thinking to myself, you sorry motherfucker. Some sex thing. This old dude taking advantage of kids, nigga. What the fuck you mean some sex thing? Not one kid where niggas say, oh, I failed, my weakness. No. Malcolm X found out this dude had about 9 girls pregnant at one time. Yeah. And this is in color. Nobody has checked this fake bastard. This dude said, you think Malcolm was bent out of shape, was really bent out of shape about some sex thing? We ain't talking about him banging no women. We ain't talking about him grabbing sisters with intellect and intelligence. Women. He spoke against the kids. And they killed him for it. They brought this out of their own mouths. This man said anybody who loved Elijah Muhammad would have killed him for speaking the truth. See, if y'all can recall, I made several videos asking what have the Nation of Islam ever did to anybody, anything to any other race group besides black people. Now this is explaining it all. They are a racist, a black racist group against other blacks. You're nothing to them. And I met some real good brothers that was a part of that movement. So don't get it twisted like everybody's lost. I met some good brothers that was a part of the Nation of Islam. So in no way, shape, or form am I shooting shots at those brothers that I know personally. I'm not shooting shots at them. But brothers, y'all being deceived. And it's so kitty, it's so obvious that I'm surprised you've been being deceived for so long. You look at a man and you look at what he earned, how he spent his dollar, how much money they make, and how they dress, and you get caught idol worshiping. You get caught putting that man on a pedestal. And every time you do, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be disappointed. Because I ain't met a perfect one yet. That's why I tell you, don't put nothing past nobody. But make your trust like your life. Make people earn it. Don't just give it to them. I know what idol worshiping look like because I've been guilty of it before. I know what it feels like. I know what it sounds like. So I'm not up on a birch tree looking down, giving a bird's eye view. I'm doing both. I'm giving inside perspective and a bird's eye perspective. Keep putting your trust in earthly man, you're going to always be a disappointed soul. And every time you ascribe to this black-white thing, every time you do, shout out to Kong King. Because Kong King kind of led the way. How people gaslight, use that racist thing for money, for views, for clicks. See, these people walk around angry all the time because they don't appreciate just waking up. They don't appreciate having a roof over your head, just having the simpler things in life. And they do their part to try to make everybody else mad right along with them. So they gaslight you, like them Young Turks. Yeah, they got a lot of informative stuff on there, but they like stirring shit up. You put a suit and tie on a dude and have him speak perfect English and use him to carry out your agenda, which is to keep us at war with each other. And I'm gonna include the police too. The police is right down here with us. They try to keep us and the police at war with each other. We know it's some bad police out here, but we know it's some bad citizens out here too. So what you do? Get rid of the police because there's a few bad ones out there? Tired of people talking about, yeah, they always do this to black people. I can show you countless videos where white cops is doing it to white people too. Quit putting color. When you put color on everything, man, you imprison yourself. You make yourself see one-sided. And that's how they want you to see. They don't want you to see the whole picture. They want you to see a half a picture. One thing, I had my Bible study earlier today. And one thing we brought out in that Bible study was how invested God is in our personal lives. And his creation actually bears witness to that. But the world do everything in its power to hide that from you, to make it seem like you're not significant enough for the creator to really waste time on. Because you didn't broke your promise to the creator so many times. Your promise, or the creator ain't paying no attention to you no more. Or if the creator was real, why would he listen to you? The world worked overtime to make God seem fake, to make the Bible seem like a storybook. It works overtime. It includes its assault on the Bible in comedies, cartoons, news, movies, nature. Every chance they get, they take shots at the Bible. And you shouldn't be surprised if you're looking at space exploration and they take shots at the Bible. You really shouldn't be surprised. And when you know what I know, you shouldn't be surprised when the world do it, period. It's kind of like when you throw something up. You shouldn't be surprised when it come back down. It's the way of the world. It's the way the world works. Dog eat dog. Man will destroy man to his injury. That's one thing we can be for certain of about man. So I tell people, hey, you hear me today, you see me preaching this or speaking this truth today, make sure I'm the same person 5, 10 years from now. Don't just trust me based on what we is today. Make sure I'm still that same person. Make sure I'm that same individual. Because man ain't perfect. Man ain't gonna ever be perfect. You even heard Peter. Peter experienced a little something, something. He even experienced a little something, something. You did? Peter got caught faking and shaking. And the Apostle Paul put it in check. Now, Peter is actually one that walked with Christ when he was alive. But the one who met Christ after Christ died had to come checking. And the checking was all love, all theocratic. So when I say checking, I don't mean no disrespect. He didn't have to grab his brother by his collar and shake him up for him to listen. Only thing he did was put a mirror in front of his brother and let his brother see, hey, this ain't no reflection of what our Savior died for, man. See, let me explain to you. Peter would, when the non-Jew Christ followers, whoa, hold up. Why is my screen going dark? I don't know why that happened, but it's still on, I guess. Okay. So Peter would fellowship, eat his meals and things like that with the non-Jews of Christ followers. So when the Jewish Christ followers come around, Peter would sidestep the non-Jew, the non-Hebrew Christ followers. He would eat certain things with the non-Jews, and then when the Jewish Christ followers come around, he would. And Apostle Paul just simply put a mirror in front of him. He didn't come to beat his brother up. He came to strengthen his brother. And that's all my conversation is about, strengthening. Because we hear what we want to hear, a lot of people may take what I say as a diss or a judge. But I'm not in position to judge nobody. So if you take my opinion or my commentary on something as judgment, then you sadly mistaken. You sadly got the wrong person. I'm not in position to judge. I'm in position when asked to give my assessment, and if not asked, when I feel inclined that I need to, I will give my say so on the matters. But judgment, no, I can't throw no stones at nobody. I did too much imperfect things in this world to judge anybody. That ain't what I'm trying to do. What I am trying to do is save a brother or sister from being judged. You know, at least being judged unrighteously. A lot of us don't know what righteous is. Like me, I used to think I knew everything and didn't know nothing. So you got to unlearn what you know and then learn everything from a fresh perspective. Get the information yourself. Assume everybody is gatekeepers and they want to give you everything, but they want to keep a little bit of something for themselves. Assume that. Ascertain all the information for yourself. Look behind doors that don't seem to be in the same neighborhood, but does have a lot of relevancy to do with the questions you ask. You're asking. See, I develop a strong belief in the Bible from non-believers, not from the believers. I learned a lot from the believers, but from a inside perspective, I learned from the non-believers. See, when you're a non-believer, when you live like a non-believer, you question the things that the believers do because it just simply makes no sense to you. And when you go about asking those questions, when you go about getting the answers to those questions, well, you really can't tell a person that believe in Christ or believe in the Bible nothing when it comes to supernatural. Remember, we believe in a God that flooded the whole world, right? Don't forget that part. We believe in a God that planted a seed inside of a woman that was once held residence in heaven. Mhm. So how can anybody compare with that? How can anybody compete with that? Really? Not only that, the author of the Bible promises everlasting life to those that keep their nose clean, so to speak. Yeah, see, I know what I know about the Muslim, but this information I just got on the Nation of Islam today, It was something I haven't fancied before. I never knew that these people told you exactly who and what they were. I never knew that. I never knew they came straight out from the horse's mouth and said, "Hey, we're wolves in sheep's clothing." Ever since I can remember, I remember Louis Farrakhan preaching a form of hate against the pale man, the pale blue-eyed devil. I remember hearing other darker skinned people regurgitating that, only for you to find out that their master teacher is a white man. And then Farrakhan asked a question. He said, "Do you judge people by the color of their skin?" Well, sir, you've been preaching that as long as I've been alive. You've been preaching that as long as I've been alive. And now you ask the question of your followers, do they judge people by the color of their skin? Well, of course they do. They've been listening to your rhetoric their whole life. See, these brothers get rocked to sleep. These sisters get rocked to sleep. They see organization. They see money. They see stability. And they see a large amount of people of darker skin, get together and run businesses. You dig? Fundraisers, concerts, and nobody's killing each other unless you question the hand that feeds you. So Louis Farrakhan came out his mouth and said because Malcolm exposed what he exposed, mind you, Malcolm went through the inner circle before he said anything to the outer circle, y'all. Keep this in mind. He went to the brothers. Remember, this is a man that got daughters. This is a man who had little girls. So it shouldn't be no big surprise that someone stepped up, and it was more than him that stepped up. It wasn't just Malcolm that stepped up. He was just a big name. It should have been anticipated that one of these brothers was going to stand up against the abuse of those children. It shouldn't have been no big surprise that this brother stood up. All right, now, I mean, for Christ's sake, he's the father at this time of 3 girls. You don't think he loved his daughters? You don't think he got affection for a lot of those black people he saved, just like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad saved him? You don't think he got some type of spiritual connection to them? So basically, Elijah Muhammad get on live television and lie about the whole thing, and he's still being called honorable. Came on television and pretended that he had nothing to do with it. See, an honorable man ain't got to lie. But it's laying and weighing heavy on me that they actually came out and told you their true identity. That they're a black racist group that's black. Never seen them bring no type of judgment on any white hate group, have you? Have you? But when it comes to the people the same color skin as them that go against something they're preaching, go against something they're teaching, kill them. Why kill them? Because I helped save their life. So now since they want to question something I say, kill them. Now I ain't even got to the meat and gravy part yet, man. We just dealing with the mashed potatoes and the sweet peas. Let's get to the meat and gravy part. He was fascinated, and we're talking about Elijah Muhammad, with the Bible. He was fascinated in learning about the Bible because his father was a preacher. So he wanted to know what was this book about. So he met this man that turned out to be his prophet, his master, his teacher, equated him with being Jesus Christ from the Bible. Basically, the Bible led him to the Antichrist, and he kissed the ring finger of the Antichrist. Now, that's my own. That last little bit was my own words. So let me say it like he said it. Due to his study of the Bible, he was able to associate the attributes of this man to Jesus Christ. And he asked the man, is he him? And the man whispered in his ear, who else know or don't nobody know but you? So basically, they've always been a black racist group against black people. Because if you're not one of them or trying to become one of them, they will not help you. They will not come to your aid. They do not, if there's a such thing as a black person, they don't like them or love them. They don't respect anybody that follows them because they're well aware that they're following them out of ignorance. They're following them out of being naive. They know this man is government. They know it. Ain't no secret. I needed to build this dialogue just to make sure I don't forget. I bought me a little notebook to put my notes in and lost the damn book. Don't know where I put it at. So when I got something that's weighing on me that I know would be a good conversation piece, I make a dialogue out of it. And eventually we get down to the Rudy Tooty, Tutti Fruity on Rudy. You dig? We get down to it. Shout out to my guy Classic. I seen you the other day, Classic. I seen you. I seen you showing off, nigga. You know. You know that guy ain't even in your class. You already know. He ain't nowhere near quick enough, Classic. I can't say you was bullying because don't nobody make these people do nothing. They do it because they want to. Just like you told me, Classic, when you ran into your nightmare, you bowed out. You ain't keep on running your mouth. You bowed out and said, "Hey, you got it. I'm good." See, these people can do the same thing, but they care about what other people think and say about them, and they should, but they shouldn't take everything in the negative. Should take some information, take commentary, and build off of it. Especially if it's something that they don't like, they hurt. Build off of it. Get stronger. Get more ferocious. And if you can, and this is a big one, y'all. It's so easy. It's the hardest thing you can do. If you can, don't say nothing at all. Don't say nothing at all. Because if you say something and it touch somebody's spirit, they coming after you. Congratulations, you got a total stranger that don't know you from a can of paint that don't like you because of some words you type. Played Buddy in some football today. He got down again. Buddy on 5.5, 6 straight right now. I say 5.5 because our last game we kept on freezing up and he was up 7-0. So shout out to the youngster. Keep up the good work, dog. I'll be back. You dig? And I know I ain't got many, but shout out to my people, man. Shout out to y'all. We gon' double and triple in numbers, y'all. I just want my day one people to just plant themselves. so I can point to you every now and again and say my day ones. Yeah, the idol worship is real. Brother Malcolm got caught idol worshiping. But to see the thing about Brother Malcolm, he represents a small group of people that really care. He could have probably protected his girls. He ain't had to give a damn about those girls that was getting taken advantage of. Besides, this man saved them from pure death, from sure death. He cared about them girls more than he cared about the person that saved them from death, right? If that story about Malcolm X is real, shout out to Malcolm X. And shout out to my real fathers out here, man. Because what they do is they give us stories like that to implant fear in men that really do care. And it shows you, just like Kanye said, I hate to use him, but he said those slaves had a choice if there were ever such thing. He said they didn't have to become slaves. They could have gave their life up, but they chose not to. Shout out to my boy Classic Lights for pulling up on me. I know more than that pulled up, but only Classic participated in the comment section in the chat. Shout out and peace be with you to anybody that catch wind of this dialogue I'm building for future broadcasts. Because we will talk about this. This will be a discussion piece. We will understand that the government and the people that run the government have many, many avenues of deception out here. But it's only one way to the Most High God, and that's Jesus Christ. The people that run the government and the government got many avenues. You want to be lost? You want to think the Bible ain't real? Oh man, they got so many avenues for you to travel down. But it's only one avenue to the Most High. And until we understand that, until we get that through our thick skulls, we're going to continue to put our stuff through a lot of things that we ain't even got to go through. Thank you for thank you for entrusting me, Jehovah. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for letting me know what I know. And thanks for the courage to put awareness out there. Second you go against the world is the second you become an enemy of the world. And just like God, just like the world feel about God, The world gonna feel about you. And what do the world feel about God? They hate God. That's why the kings of the earth will gather their armies together to go to war with God. So on my way out the door, welcome to the battlefield, guys. Whose side you on? What army you fighting with? Hope you picked the right one. Peace.